make the vehicle flow smoother, if you like. That's what it's done. And because this space is not on the main line of pedestrian march, you can see an example there of how it's been built out before. We fill it up with municipal rubbish. We put rubbish bins. We put, that's somewhere. No, there won't get anybody's way because no pedestrians are using that. So we fill it up with rubbish. The rubbish bins try and get against little bins. Little bins attract rubbish. Every time you see a little bin, somebody has put their rubbish next to it, and this is what has replaced it. And what these people are doing is they're not bad people. They're saying, that's a little bin. That's where I meant to put my rubbish. Next to that little bin. I'll put the bag of rubbish there. Because I know they'll come and collect it. I'm not being antisocial doing this. I'm being a good person. So we on the whole, have got rid of most little bins. Not all my colleagues agree with that. Occasionally they creep back, but one has to remain vigilant. That's what that says. That's, they do have a life of their own, rubbish bins, and so on. But actually, they have no real purpose in life. Decent people take their rubbish home, and bad people don't break the litter bin before dropping their rubbish. That's basically how life works in the real world. This is what that space looks like now. It's a tube station, and we found a room for bicycle parking. You will see some guardrail there. That's because that particular stretch of the highway, the tree curb there standing up is actually part of the structure of the underground roof, the roof of the underground tunnel. So we can't take that curb out. And it does need some, it's so high, it does need some barrier to stop people tripping straight over it into traffic. This is what Kensington High Street looked like before the centre. Those bicycles are just stuck there. Now we've sort of created, we take out, one of the things I was thinking about some of your streets is, when I look at them, is because they're so wide, some of your historically centre streets, you have scope for widening the footways. But in a way, if you widen the footways too much, the street itself starts to look sort of out of kilter and out of proportion. You don't want to lose entirely the sense of classic street. What we did here was we did widen some of the footways, but we actually took away some carriageway space, which we didn't use, to dedicate it to a central strip down here. We use this for different purposes. Part of it is bicycle parking, part of it has a few rather weedy trees, part of it is the central reservation for pedestrians crossing the road. They stand there if they want to, and so forth. So that strip, and that strip itself adds something, I think, to the street without making it gives more space to pedestrians. It's useful. It's quite attractive. And I think you might just want to think about some of those things, whether central reservations can be used in some of your main downtown streets as opposed to simple street widening. The greatest example of central reservation, of course, is in Madrid, in Castellana, that great boulevard that runs practically the whole length of the town, where the central reservation it gets wider and narrower. But there are parts where it's so wide it's practically a linear park, and you can actually get onto it and walk the whole length of the street on the central reservation, going through wonderful, almost gardens at times. Sometimes we feel close to the traffic, but it gets narrow. Sometimes it widens out, and you've got plants and plantings. It's really lovely. So the idea of something in the centre of the road has, I think, some sort of promise, although clearly this is nothing like that. This is very much more restricted. There's another crossing with a dropped curb is the interesting detail there in the front, where we deliberately adopted Victorian ways of building dropped curbs, where you bring the curb back like that. If you don't do that, and you're using flagstones, then because flagstones don't bend, if you do it the modern way, you have to break them into triangles to make the bend. And I've seen some wonderful examples of that in Auckland, where the whole thing is paving stones are just cut into triangles to make the bend. Whereas if you build it the way that Victorians built carriage drives, with the curve coming back like that, then the stones, as you can see, those stones have not been broken. The flagstones will drop straight through into the drop. This is a pedestrian drop curve, obviously, for people in wheelchairs. But no breaking of the stones has been required in order to do this. So learning lessons from the way people did it 100 years ago sometimes is applicable. Am I made it clear what I'm saying? Go out in the streets, you start looking at triangular paving stones, and you understand why it is, because they don't bend. If you're wondering why they're on triangles, it's because people try to bend them onto a slope. But you don't need to do it that way. You could do it much nicer, like that. We got rid of all our yellow, white, and blue internally illuminated plastic bollards, which are you have to make it look like a village. If you make it look like a motorway, they'll behave like you're on a motorway. It's not because they're bad people, it's because those are the signals you're sending to them. So part of this idea of making it look like a shared and humane urbane space, and the vehicle speeds drop and people look out for each other. There's a fine example, I think. I like this very much indeed. And I want to contrast this by going back to the slide from the Sage Derby. I find this a very humane and attractive space. The cars are there, and they're parked, people are bicycling. There's activity and there's a degree of interaction. This is going back to the slide I had earlier, where a pure pedestrian space. Which of those do you feel is more friendly and attractive? I've got my view. You may have a different view, but I like this one to go back to, which I think is slightly more attractive. And there are no rules. Look at the yellow lines here. There are no rules. There's a famous story of a car driver motorist driving up to Hans Monderman when he was in this space after he built it and saying, "Excuse me, can I park here?" And the answer he got from Hans Monderman was, "Well, what do you think?"